Housing is always a hot topic here on Delmarva, and today we're talking to the Delaware Manufactured Home Association. We've got Henry Clum, Stacy, Shelton in to join us today. And Henry, I want to start with you. What is it that you guys do, and why is it important for people to understand what you guys do?
Our most important thing is to advocate for people living on leased land in Delaware. It's a complicated business structure, leased land. We own the home, they own the land. They set the rules. There is a law book. It's Delaware Manufactured Homeowners Association, and then there's a landlord-tenant code book. And these are laws that we advocate for to be signed into law to make things fair.
Yes.
Both sides. We're not trying to, that's an industry, and we understand the difference between their business and our business. So we advocate to protect our people, but at the same time, we know they have rights too as landowners.
Trying to find that right balance between the two sides. And
exactly.
Stacy, how did you come to this? What made you interested in this part of the world?
So I am the executive director. I'm the only person who receives a small stipend a month to kind of consult and guide and help them. I'm a former teacher, so I love working and helping people. And DMHOA is an organization where you get to help lots of people and help educate them. That's the focus point for me. A lot of people don't know their rights, and that's why they get taken advantage of. So I love being able to help educate them on the laws and help protect them.
So if you were somebody that is in one of these communities and maybe you do have an issue, you're looking for a little bit of help, how would they reach out to you guys if that's the right thing for them to do?
Well, we really would like to see communities have an HOA. Okay, that's their first line of getting resolved issues. You go to your HOA, you go to your HOA board with problems. They go to management. If they can't get the resolution there, come to us.
Along with that, so our goal is to help get HOAs formed. Yeah. There's also a lot of HOAs formed, but they're not part of DMHOA. So they're not educated again on their rights. So we can't help them watch the landowners and make sure that their rights aren't being violated. So that's really important. But along with that, it's important that the HOAs stay educated, and they can do that by coming to our general meetings. We hold a meeting once a month, and we educate them on the rights and keep them informed.
And what we're working on right now, we used to go out and educate. We would go to an area and say, anybody is welcome to come to the training program. It would be an entire Saturday. Well, we have decided to do it on the internet and make modules, which will always be there. You can go on and pick a module and say, this is what I need to know out of Chapter 7.
So you don't have to clear the schedule. You can find it at any time you want to. Yeah. It's all accessible.
And it'll be updated as bills are introduced and new legislation goes through. We will update whatever needs to be updated. It'll always be there 24/7 if people have problems. So, it's one of the best things we've come up with in a while to advance us to help the residents.
So let's take an example, a hypothetical here. You've got a community, they've decided they're going to do what you suggest. They've formed an HOA, but they're still trying to sort of figure it out, and now that HOA wants to, get some direction. How would that happen? How do they contact you guys?
So we have a website. It's just www.DMHOA.org, and they can go on there. They'll find the phone number, which will contact me when they dial it. They'll reach me, and I'll address their concerns and either help them through it or guide them to other resources that could help them.
Is there a typical way that when people do reach out, is there a typical complaint? Is it different depending on the community all the time? What is it like as you start to hear from these communities?
Yeah, I would say the most common question I get is how lot rent is calculated. So as Henry said, it's based on a formula. but it can cause their lot rents to go up a lot. And so when you're working with people on fixed income or you're working with people with disability income, it can be a very tough struggle for them. The other thing that we're up against is these HOAs that are these communities that don't form an HOA. It's in part because some of these homeowners, yes, they own their home, but they're just getting by. They're just being able to get to work, afford, their bills. They don't have time to put into forming an HOA. But we want to come to them and help them get that formed so that way they're better protected. So just kind of adding a little bit more on those HOAs. We are different. Our HOAs do not create rules. We are there as an HOA within the community to work with the landowner to kind of resolve issues prior to getting DMHOA involved or legislators involved. So we're a lot different than in a stick-built community where, they have the HOAs that you pay a lot of money to. It's $20 to $25 a year to be a member of your HOA that then automatically gets you a member of DMHOA also.
And is that the benefit for these folks? Having this type of an HOA, it just gives you some bargaining power or access to things that you may not have?
Power in numbers. If you go up against one person goes to them, that's just one voice. But if a group goes, that's more power.
Well, I'll get you guys out of here on this one. Is there anything you want to add? Anything that the people at home need to know about the mission or how they can, be involved if they need to? Is there anything you want to leave our viewers with today?
I think the one thing that I want to add is it's important to have that HOA and to belong to DMHOA, because if DMHOA doesn't have members, then we go away, which means the landowners will be able to get whatever laws they want in place because no one's going to be advocating for the homeowners. So it's really important that more communities join DMHOA, form HOAs if they don't have one, and then join DMHOA, and they can do that by going to DMHOA.org.
Right. We are a all-volunteer nonprofit organization, and right now we're averaging as volunteers 50, 60 hours a week.
Oh man.
Okay, and it does become a passion. I didn't think I had it in me until I went to my first HOA meeting, and I couldn't leave there without going to the then president saying, what can I do to help? And he said, how about being my vice president? Well, you could have had to pick me up off the floor, but we have it in us. It's in everybody. The passion is there. You just need to bring it out.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We really do appreciate it. We've got more CoastLife coming up after the break. You're going to want to stick around. We're going to be talking with the Shell brothers. But first, Into the Trenches is back for its third season. This year, we're following the Cape Henlopen Vikings football team. They are fresh off their first state championship appearance in 40 years. Into the Trenches premieres tonight at 7:30 on DSN and DSN+.